Okay, give us your name and what you do.
Chad Shear, Director Chad Shear, Director of Media Relations for CVA Muzzleloaders, Powerbelt Bullets, and Quake Slings. I'm also the host of Shoot Straight with Chad Shear.
And what all stations does Shoot Straight with Chad Shear run on?
We're on the Sportsman's Channel, Sports South, and also on CBS in Montana.
And how long have you been doing your TV show, Chad?
We're in our 4th season.
Well, a lot of folks want to know how in the world do you get to be a TV host and go all over the world hunting and taking pictures, and what's unique about you is you take your family with you, don't you?
That is correct. You know, I started in the television industry by co-hosting other shows, but before I was introduced to television, I was an outfitter and guide in Montana, a national seminar speaker and lecturer, and traveled all over the country doing these seminars and guiding people on hunts. And through that, I met different people and different manufacturers who asked if I'd be willing to be a part of television.
And what all calling contests did you also win?
Now, I've won every major elk calling competition in the United States, and I've also, for elk calling, and then also won national competitions and scored very high on coyotes and waterfowl.
Okay. And Chad, how do you actually get into the TV business? Everybody wants to know, man, I've got a video camera. I want to be one of them big time, full time money making idiots that's on television. How do you get from wanting to actually being?
You know, I get that question a lot, and I tell you, one of the best ways to do it is to start out as a cameraman or in production. If you're a younger person, it's great to take college courses in television to learn how to edit, and then also learn the production side of it. Most guys will start out running camera. For example, David Blanton, Michael Waddell, several of the other people that are now in front of the camera, they started out behind the camera. There's really no rhyme or reason or nothing where you can say do this, this, and this, and you'll become a television star, but there's different ways to get into it. I say start out slow, get your feet wet, and try it, and talk to people that are in the business. And another thing is you've got to be a good hunter, and you've got to be willing to make some sacrifices.
Okay, that's day one. This is going to be day two. Chad, one of the biggest problems that most people have with television is how do you get sponsors?
You know, getting sponsors, I look at it maybe a little different than other people, but to get a sponsor, you have to offer something that the sponsor needs. For example, if you want a gun sponsor or a camo sponsor, whatever, you have to be able to be marketable, and then you also have to be giving back. It's not just saying, hey, sponsor me to hunt all over the world. You have to be able to give them the impressions with people and be able to network that so that they get a good return on their investment.
Chad, besides being on TV, what do you do for your sponsors?
We do social media. I also write articles.
Okay.
Your light went out.
Okay. All right. You also write articles. What else?
Besides social media, I also write articles. I will do between 40 and 50 seminars a year. I'll do appearances in Cabela's. I'll do grand openings. We do anything we can to help promote them, and that's what it's all about.
And Chad, once you get a sponsor, how long do you usually keep a sponsor?
You know, the key is to have long-term relationships, and there's some companies I've worked for over 10 years now.
All right. This will be day three. Chad, tell us how you came up with the idea of taking your family hunting. Shoot Straight is about you and your wife, Marcia, and your two boys, Wyatt and
Walker.
And they go with you just about on all your hunts. How did you come up with that idea, and how's it been received?
You know, growing up in the outdoors, my dad always took time. I've got two younger brothers, and he spent a lot of time with us teaching us about the outdoors and making it fun for us. So it was natural for Marcia and I to bring our boys up in the outdoors with us. We had an outfitting and guide service, and they were always in hunting camp with us from the time they were just toddlers in diapers. They spent their growing up years in hunting camps, and so we want to do things together with the family. One thing I see across the country is there's so many parents that do not have that time with their their family. And there's a lot of people in the outdoor industry that sacrifice their families for their careers. And so with us, I'm not saying we're doing it 100% right, but it's important for me to have my family with me. And so we have them as part of our television show so that we can travel together. Because as an outdoor television host, you can spend 100+ days a year on the road or more out there, and that's away from your family. So we take the family with us.
Okay, this is going to be day 4. Chad, how in the world do you consistently, every time you turn on the TV, take a big deer or an elk or a mule deer in 30 minutes?
You know, what people don't realize is a 30-minute show constitutes pretty much 22 minutes of content and up to around 8 minutes of commercials. And so when you're out there, you've got to make it happen. But sometimes these shows may take us anywhere from 1 day to 12 days to film. I was on a particular moose hunt one time. I didn't even get a shot or see a bull until the 11th day of the hunt. That makes it a little challenging there. So we try to condense that all into 22 minutes, because if we showed you 11 days of footage and not seeing animals, it'd be pretty boring TV.
All right, this is going to be day 5. Chad, most people think, man, if I had a TV show and had its sponsors and could travel anywhere I wanted to and do anything I wanted to, that's an easy life. How many days do you and your family spend on the road?
You know, it varies every year, but it's anywhere between about 150 to 200 days a year. We'll be traveling to hunting and fishing destinations and seminars around the world.
So when you come home, you just do nothing, is that right?
Yeah, sit around on the couch and eat bonbons. Actually, when we're at home, we enjoy being home, but that's when we're regrouping, we're scheduling, we're packing, getting ready. My wife does a great job with the boys. In order for them to travel with us, they homeschool, and so it allows us to have that flexibility where they can go with us, and we do a lot of schoolwork on airplanes.
Now, how old are your boys?
They are 9 and 10.
And what have they taken?
They've been very successful. They've been to Africa twice with us, the Arctic Circle, Hawaii 4 times filming. They have taken everything from Spanish goats to white-tailed deer, turkey. Walker has taken a zebra in Africa.
And what else have they taken?
Bull elk. Wyatt's been successful on several other hunts. They've both taken alligators. Wyatt took last year in Mississippi an 11-inch long-beard gobbler with a 12-gauge shotgun at 9 years old. And I said, Wyatt, why do you want to use the 12-gauge? He said, Dad, I didn't want to see him flop.
Okay. Now, where can people see your shows? Tell us again the name of the shows and where they're shown.
Shoot Straight with Chad Scheer. You can watch him on the Sportsman Channel, on Sports South in the southeastern United States, and CBS in Montana. You can also go to our website, which is www.shootstraighttv.com. Click on videos, and you can watch portions of our show.
And if somebody wants to get a hold of you, how do they do that, Chad?
The best way is go to our website, which is shootstraighttv.com. Click on the contact, and they can send us an email.